All right, so this is the 20th year anniversary of an incident that happened to me that drastically changed the direction in which my life was going in mentally, physically, emotionally, etc., etc. Those who know me kind of close, they kind of know what happened already. Uh, but very little know the repercussions behind what happened. And what happened was that I was shot. And it wasn't too much about me being shot, it was where I was shot. And I was shot in the head. And it also gets a little more complex than that because I was shot in my left ear. And the bullet actually went into a bone in the left side of my head and then bounced and enlarged into my brain. And it sat there for about 14 years until I had it surgically removed. Now, these are the U.S. statistics of head wounds from gunshots. As you can see, if you pause and you read it, it said about 90% of people who get gunshot wounds to the head usually die, and 50% of them who make it to the actual hospital, 90% usually die on the scene. 50% that actually make it to the hospital usually die inside the hospital. With all that being said, I was released the next day. Like, I don't know what the situation was in the hospital. I know I was under a lot of medication, and I know I was being questioned, like, within 45 minutes to an hour upon me getting there, just bombarded with questioning, like, multiple times. And knowing myself, I was probably very uncooperative and, extremely irritable. Like, I'm laying here half dead, my face is swollen, and I'm bleeding out the side of my head, you know. And now we're doing trivia, So of course I'm not going to be the most cooperative. So I was released the next morning. This is the actual bullet that was taken out of my head, and some coins so you can see the size of it. And these were the repercussions. This is where I was shot, the temporal lobe and its functions, and what the possibilities are if it's damaged. These are the repercussions of those possibilities, etc., etc. So being hit in the head caused an infection. Me leaving the bullet in my head for 14 years eventually led to me getting encephalitis, which is commonly known as, well, watch the video.
Today's topic is chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE. Chronic traumatic encephalopathy is a degenerative brain disorder found in people who have had multiple head injuries. It is unclear what severity or the exact amount of head injury or trauma is required to initiate chronic traumatic encephalopathy. Who are at a greater risk of developing include military veterans who are also prone to repetitive head trauma. Symptoms: headaches, confusion, dizziness, disorientation, impulsive behavior, depression or apathy, memory loss, social instability, poor judgment, suicidal thoughts or behavior, irritability, emotional instability, progressive dementia, speech impediments, trouble swallowing or dysphagia, trouble with the sense of smell, vision and focusing problems, deafness, aggression.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I checked almost maybe more than half of those boxes of, just the outcomes, the effects that, people display. It was crazy, and being out in public, I was able to mask a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? And it was very unhealthy because behind closed doors, I was kind of losing my mind, and kind of is an understatement. If you're a person that had to put up with me like behind closed doors, and live with me, it was a little. I ain't gonna even say a little. Let me stop playing. It was very unstable, and it was very confusing because it was like real hot or cold, and everything that I read and all the research I done, it was just like, man. Um, and even when I went and got the surgery to get the bullet taken out of my head, the doctor was like, "Bro, you're pretty close to dying. Like, I don't know why you just sat around and left this in your head." One, not gonna lie, I really wasn't feeling, the whole brain surgery thing. Like, bro, if y'all don't have to open up my head, like, it's not necessary. I'll be fine. But I wasn't fine. And you know what I'm saying? I kept trying to tell myself I was cool, go to the gym, try to get stronger. I thought that would build up my mental toughness, after getting the surgery. And no, that really didn't work. I like really had to go get some actual therapy for, the mental aspect of the damage that had been done. And once I started doing that, and it was easier to know what to heal than just walking blindly trying to figure it out. So with that being said, I hope that this video reaches the people that it's supposed to reach, so they can try to understand on a deeper level that, what I'm saying, a lot of whatever it was that we went through or we are currently going through, it absolutely wasn't personal. It was more personal with myself, uh, me trying to figure out, you know, what was going on with me than it was anything that had to do with you.